Hi everyone, welcome to Divine Sacred Tarot. Today is a very interesting type of energy, and I'm going to talk to you about some of the cards that already came out, and then we'll go through what other messages come through the cards. So I've already blessed and shuffled, so thank you, angels, guardians, ancestors, and spirit team. What I've noticed here is I've found myself asking questions to tarot and discovering there is an inner battle and a struggle amongst the divine masculines. Now, for those of you being on this twin flame journey, this isn't anything new. You know that they are going through an inner battle, an inner struggle, but this is more poignant than ever because there are multiple messages and they have come out in the general reading, they've come out in personal readings, they've come out in client readings where we've got like the 10 of Pentacles or the 10 of Cups, and then we have the 10 of Wands or the 10 of Swords. Now, this is a transactional exchange based on the cycle that you're ending, even though we find ourselves in the year of the snake, the year 9, which is the cycles coming to an end. We are asked to clarify, what do we want to keep a hold of? What things are we declaring mute, and then what things are we letting go of, and how do we take those actionable steps to continue, to persevere, or to release? But what I'm seeing here is the 1010s keep coming up because we are currently in an advanced cycle, letting go of this current scenario. And I feel that this is because we're nearing the astrological year of Aries when we start again. So, as I was asking questions, and this has happened in some client readings, I was asking questions about specific karmics around the masculines. And I realized in those multiple readings that we're seeking out answers about the karmics, but it's being misdirected. It wasn't ever about the karmic. We know that there's unconditional love here because the Two of Cups came up at least 3 to 4 times in different readings, in different questions. So I kept getting reminded how much the struggle is real because the Empress came out in reverse 3 times. Now, for those of you who followed my channel, I really take reversals. But when it comes out once, twice, friggin' 3 times, it allowed me to stop asking onus on the karmics and for many divine feminines to redirect the focus on the here and now. So when we ask, okay, how can we help our masculines who are going through these struggles? When I was asking about higher self-expansion, love, how can you energetically help each other as well as calling in the divine protection? So for different readings, we had the Devil card come up, the Ten of Swords come up. And then again, I did another reading and we had the 10 of Cups and the 10 of Wands. And I was like, okay, you know what? I need to do a general reading for this because if it's coming up in multiple readings across different clienteles, what is happening for the collective? Happiness is tied to pain. There is happiness within your divine counterpart when it comes to the both of you, but there is a struggle to let go. So intuitively, I was looking at the Empress in the reverse, and it kind of kept coming back to the Two of Swords type of energy, the Devil type of energy, the blocking their own abundance and catastrophizing, struggling, needlessly struggling in the physical. So when we've got this type of energy for the divine masculines, the Empress in the reverse means that there is a significant inner divine feminine blockage. So I remember even asking my own divine masculine, what is going on regarding the creative ventures? And he actually replied to me saying that he's not working on anything of that nature at this time. And instantly I knew that there is a block in creativity. So, from my personal experience, and with the cards showing up for the general readings that I'm doing right now, for the personal readings, should I say, it is a massive confirmation via my divine masculine that there is a block in creativity. There is a fear of receptivity. Does your masculine struggle with self-expression? Because currently there is a struggle with manifesting dreams, blockages when it comes to desires coming into fruition. And there could be this solar plexus hesitation to take aligned action, struggling to trust the flow in life. And if you recognize any traits within yourself, divine feminines who are listening in, ask yourself, is it tied to fearing failure or receiving blessings and opportunities that could support your growth? Are you scared of receiving those blessings and opportunities that can support your growth? Because when we generally, whether you identify with a feminine or a masculine energy, when we have an inner divine feminine blockage, it indicates we're neglecting our emotional needs. We're not feeling worthy of abundance. It's having this sense of difficulty to manage our own self-care. And self-care isn't selfish, nor is it easy. It takes required habitual tools to be set in place and giving yourself the understanding, am I avoiding this self-care ritual, this habit, or am I needing to be more compassionate with myself and put another tool in place? So I feel that there is this malnourishment of emotions, emotionally malnourished is what the divine masculine is feeling at this time. There is a call catching up on a pattern. This is why I'm seeing these devil cards, these 10 of swords, these 10 of wands, with the 10 of cups and the 10 of pentacles. This is caught up in a pattern of neglecting the emotional and physical needs, not just emotional needs, but self-care physically as well. Are you training enough? Are you training too much? Are you eating well? Are you eating too much junk food? Like, are you sleeping well, or are you being disturbed in the middle of the night? So these feelings, many masculines and feminines have actually showed up in the physical sense, have shown me that they're ill, that they've become ill. And there could be this sense of overworking. That's that solar plexus action without intention. And if that sounds familiar for your partner, for yourself, even, where are you avoiding being vulnerable? So I recognize the avoidance in my own divine masculine, and I can intuitively feel this recognition of wanting to avoid being in a space of tenderness, having this sense of, I don't deserve gentleness, I don't deserve nurturing. It's that guilt, it's that shame, it's that fear. And perhaps for the divine masculine in particular, at this time, it's a struggle to open up emotionally to receive the love and the support because of those maternal wounds from the past. So, with the Empress coming out in the reverse, there is a rejection, this inner feminine energies not being fully able to connect with others on a deeper level, and unintentionally, should I say, blocking the harmony between you and your counterpart in the 3D. Perhaps your masculine relies more on logic than intuition and creativity at this time. They're too much in the 3D, but not enough in the ethereal. And it could be a vice versa problem or situation for the divine feminines. You're too much in the spiritual, ethereal, not enough in the 3D. So where can you even balance that? Because the thing about the Empress is the divine feminine is a vessel of receptivity, of growth, of fertility. And that energy can be resisted. There's a struggle to embrace this Empress type of energy where there is potential for growth, there is connection with others. But when we fear that there is this change, because vulnerability hasn't been a safe haven for the masculines before. And it could not have been a safe haven for the divine feminines either. So, how can you hold space for your counterpart to feel safe enough to soften? And it could be energetically sending them love, being open hearted, sharing this energetic frequency rather than leaving it and being distracted by other things in the third dimension. And what I'm seeing here is there is this shadow aspect, which is, again, it came up in a recent reading. I'm not sure whether it was a members only reading, but there was a recent reading where the sun and the moon came up in reversed. If you've heard that reading, please let me know in the comments box. And that is the external validation. That is the codependency. That is being controlled by the feminine is a real fear. You know, the masculines don't want to be tied down. They don't want to be having lost their freedom. They don't want to be controlled. And I know I personally, especially in the last 48 hours, I've been checking social media a lot. And, you know, I'm thinking to myself, well, why am I seeking this validation? Because it was the energy that I had opened myself up to from my masculine seeking validation for actions and behaviors. So ask yourself, are you falsely chasing this energy? Or are you acknowledging this energy and what is it doing for your body? Are you convincing yourself this is your twin flame? Or are you actually acknowledging that this is a version of you and what can you do to come back to your divine feminine energy? So I feel that this is probably why there have been consecutive messages about chakras, consecutive messages about energetically, what are you feeling? Because your energy is their energy and their energy is your energy. How can you help them during this trial, this struggle? How can you be more receptive to be nurturing, nurtured? How can you embrace the energy in the early hours in the morning, you know, late at night, where you can embrace your own inner divine feminine and divine masculine, where you can radiate harmony, nurturing, love, kindness? And are you asking yourself to continue on your own journey of self love? How can you practice detachment and affirm the connection with your own inner divine masculine and feminine energy? How can you deepen the feminine power within? And it's so funny as well because I made a reel and it was a TikTok reel. I posted it on TikTok and it was really funny because it was overly confident. It wasn't even my video. I just kind of like copied another person's video and just put my own strength video on top of it. And what I realized was there were two people who actually made a comment and they wrote that, no, we don't want that. Like, that's not true. Or, nope, no thanks. And I found it really funny because they were the people who wrote negative comments. And I thought to myself, well, it came from an intention that it was lighthearted. It came from an intention that it was strong, it was confident, it was the Empress that probably hit that energetic frequency and triggered them to mistrust it, right? So when we feel that we are maybe being overly confident or and it comes across arrogant, we tend to kind of reel ourselves back. But it's really funny because this whole experience actually acknowledged that I don't need to take myself too seriously. I can have fun. And the two people commented probably triggered them because for me, it was amusing. It was just a bit of fun. And they don't know me either energetically or even personally. So why are we taking these things to heart? So sometimes we're opening ourselves up to be vulnerable, and other people will throw stones or swords in our direction. Um, and what I realized was I wasn't wrong in believing in myself because when we believe in ourselves, when we acknowledge that some people confuse that belief, that confidence for arrogance, for other characteristics, that they lack those things or they try and overcompensate. And so, how are you understanding your own masculine and feminine energies? How are they being amplified? How are you taking things too seriously? Or how are you coming back to asking yourself, what do you need right now? How can you nurture your inner divine masculine and feminine? How can you embrace and soften to love? How can you support your own growth? How can you detach? How can you come into the sense of wholeness, of caring for yourself? And that's what I feel like that was the overall messages that are coming through. And just as I was speaking out, we've got the Ten of Swords came out, this Devil card, the Sun card, the Five of Wands, the King of Pentacles, the Emperor. I split the deck. We've got the Ten of Cups, the Nine of Cups. So this is very much this energetic essence of that whole message of the oracle message about the divine masculines are being validated by the cards. So we've got the Three of Cups, the Three of Pentacles, the Six, the Lovers card. So 3-3, and again 3-3, or two sixes. It's showing up to say that whenever we're looking outside, it's never going to be satisfactory. It's always going to be asking you to look inwards. So if something is bothering you about your masculines, how are you able to look inwards? How are you able to honor your own energies? And what is it that you need at this time in order for you to come through this energy at this particular moment? I'm sending you guys so much love. If you resonated with this, please let me know in the comments box, like the video, and I'm sending you guys so much love. Bye for now.